In today's video, I'm going to share the 3 top reasons why people can't lose stubborn fat after 25 years of being a fitness pro and helping thousands of others. And it actually has nothing to do with diet or exercise. And this is what I call 94% behavior. I often preach about how research shows 94% of people who follow a diet regain all or more of their weight back. So my goal is to help you become a 6%er. And so these 3 top mistakes that I'm going to share really are 94%er behavior. And the first one is called BSO Syndrome, or what I call bright, shiny object syndrome. This is where people are trying to put a Band-Aid on their broken bone for their fitness plan, or they're taking an outside-in approach, putting the cart before the horse with looking for a quick fix, like a pill, a powder, even a peptide. But at the end of the day, are you actually building a lifestyle of leanness habits that are going to make you a 6%er? Or are you doing red light therapy and cold plunging and saunas and none of the stuff that's going to make you look great naked in the mirror, change your health or your habits? The second mistake 94%ers make on their journey to try and be a 6%er is the blame game. They're either blaming their genetics or their circumstances. And so genes themselves load the gun, but it's our environment and our choices and our decisions that pull the trigger. Now, my family is a perfect example of the gene blame game. My entire family, God bless them, I love them all, but they're all fat. I mean, every single one of them except one cousin. I have one cousin who is lean like me, and it's because of his environment and his daily habits and his choices. He lives a lifestyle of leanness. He has a fitness plan that he's religious with, and he eats healthy. The second thing 94%ers do when they play the blame game is they blame their circumstances. They're waiting for the perfect time to get started that will never exist. After this vacation, after this holiday, after the summer's over, always waiting for the right time. There's never going to be a perfect time. The perfect time is always now, and you're never going to be perfect. And so that's why I always say the best diet pill to swallow is consistency, not perfection. So I'm going to eat bad sometimes when I shouldn't. I'm going to slack off on my workouts sometimes when I shouldn't. So are you. It's going to happen. But at the end of the day, you got to get your ass back up, dust yourself off, and start over again tomorrow. Not next week, not after the holiday, after the vacation, or after this relationship is over, or when everything's just perfect in your life. The perfect time is always now. Third and final mistake that I see 94%ers make is having the wrong BS, or what I call belief system, whether this is self-belief or just belief in fitness myths themselves. So let's start with the myths because they're everywhere. And there was a huge study that just came out showing that only 2% of the information on TikTok related to health was accurate. And this goes to show you why people are so damn confused and misled, because they have dozens of fitness rocks being thrown at them every single day. And so, of course, this makes them buy into a lot of charlatans and false beliefs, things like carbs make you fat. And a simple example of this is we can look at clear research showing that when protein and calories are created equal, it doesn't matter if you eat low or high carbs. The results are exactly the same: blood sugar, glucose, blood pressure, weight loss, BMI, all of it. So the first thing is buying into fitness lies and understanding that although the basics aren't sexy, the basics are what works. So this is why I always share my acronym QUESP. So I'm a huge believer in mechanisms like carb timing, Carb-Cycling, carb backloading, pre and post workout nutrition, carb loading on the weekends to reset leptin and thyroid hormones. I have dozens of mechanisms that I'm very biased to. However, I know that without the basics in place, none of the mechanisms matter. So always remember QUESP, CWESP. When you get punched in the face and life happens, I mean, I could teach you all about my carb deplete days, my carb down days, and my carb up days to build a lifestyle of leanness. This is exactly what we share inside our free school community. But at the end of the day, without QUESP, CWESP is like going on a quest. Remember that acronym, just spelled differently: calorie deficit, water, exercise, sleep, and protein. So without those 5 levers in place, nothing else matters. Now this carries over into the second aspect of what 94%ers do when it comes to their BS, and that is their self-belief and believing in themselves and believing they can achieve it. I'll give you a couple of quick examples here on research, but it comes back to that famous quote, I believe, from Henry Ford, right? Whether you believe it or not, you're going to be right. Whether you believe you can do it or not. And so our unwavering self-belief is the one thing that ensures our successful outcome. There's a few things that you can do to overcome these 94% behaviors, right? So the first thing is to take a lifestyle approach. and hang around like-minded people. Iron sharpens iron. And so that's why I started a school community. If you click the link in the description or go over to ripgrandpa.com, I'm going to give you 14 days of my 3-step hormone reset carb cycling meal and exercise plan, 100% free, no obligations. We do have a premium community, full disclosure, for people who actually do want to turn this into a lifestyle. But with that being said, hanging around a community of like-minded people that share a common goal and where you can share your struggles, you build your belief system, number one. Number two, you stop playing the blame game because you see that other people have your same struggles. And number three, you build a lifestyle of leanness. So when you join the community, you're going to see one of the first videos I give you is my video on Quest. I call it the 5 laws of leanness, and it's those 5 letters, CWESP. There's a scorecard. So start by being honest with yourself, download the scorecard and rate yourself, post your score in the community, and time is our most precious commodity. So I'm always super grateful when people take time out of their busy day to watch my content. And if you got something out of this, please do me a favor and share it. And then if you want to get really honest with yourself, share below which one of these 3 things do you struggle with. I mean, are you chasing BSOs? Are you playing the blame game, waiting for the perfect time in your life, or blaming your genetics? Or do you have false beliefs or low self-belief? Stuff to consider on your journey. Keep going strong, and God bless.